Rainn Wilson, known for his iconic role as Dwight Schrute on The Office, has shared his thoughts on the challenges the show faced after Steve Carell's departure. For 9 seasons, Carell's portrayal of Michael Scott served as the emotional and comedic backbone of the series, providing a sense of consistency amidst the chaotic work environment at Dunder Mifflin. Carell's decision to leave after the 7th season left a gap that would prove difficult to fill, and Wilson now reflects on the struggle of continuing the story without the driving force that Michael Scott provided. In a recent interview, Wilson opened up about the emotional and professional turbulence the cast experienced after Carell's departure. "It was chaotic," he confessed. The production, which had once been a well-oiled machine under Carell's leadership, suddenly found itself navigating uncharted territory. With Michael Scott gone, the show had to recalibrate its comedic engine, as Carell's character had been at the heart of much of the show's humor and emotional depth. Wilson admits that there was a genuine concern over how the stories would unfold without the presence of such a strong central character. The shift in dynamics was evident not only in the writing room, but also on set, as the actors worked to adjust to the new format of the show. "How are we telling these stories without the comic engine?" Wilson asked. The question lingered in the minds of the cast and crew, as it wasn't just a matter of replacing a character. It was about redefining the essence of the show itself. After Carell's departure, the show introduced a variety of potential new office managers, including James Spader's Robert California and Ed Helms' Andy Bernard. While these characters brought fresh energy to the series, they never quite managed to capture the magic that Carell's Michael Scott had brought to the screen. The shifts in leadership also highlighted the fact that the show was evolving in a different direction. The workplace drama, which had initially been a backdrop to Michael's absurdities, began to take on more of a center stage. For Wilson, Dwight Schrute's evolution throughout the later seasons was a reflection of the changing tone of the show. Without Michael Scott's chaotic leadership, Dwight's eccentricities were pushed to the forefront. As a result, Dwight's character had more room to develop and show different facets of his personality. He became a more prominent figure, both as an antagonist to the new managers and as a source of comedy in his own right. However, Wilson was quick to acknowledge that while the show still had comedic moments, it was never quite the same after Carell's departure. The unique combination of character-driven humor, awkward silences, and emotional moments that made The Office a cultural phenomenon was somewhat diminished in the later seasons. It wasn't that the actors weren't delivering strong performances, far from it, but the show's identity had been so closely tied to Carell's performance that finding a new balance was always going to be difficult. Despite the challenges, Wilson speaks fondly of the years after Carell's departure. He credits the dedicated team of writers and actors for keeping the spirit of The Office alive, even as the show took a different direction. The chemistry between the cast, particularly the relationships between Dwight, Jim, John Krasinski, and Pam, Jenna Fisher, continued to resonate with audiences. In fact, the final season, which saw the return of Carell for a short but poignant appearance, showcased a full-circle moment for Dwight and the other employees of Dunder Mifflin. Looking back, Wilson has a deep sense of pride in what The Office achieved, even after Carell left. The series, though it lost a key figure, continued to be a beloved part of television history. Wilson's thoughts on the show's evolution underscore the difficulty of maintaining a unique tone while adjusting to major changes. The absence of Michael Scott was felt by fans and cast alike, but as Wilson points out, the true strength of the series lay in its ability to adapt and evolve without losing the heart that made it special. Ultimately, Wilson acknowledges that the decision to keep the show going after Carell's exit was a bold one. While it wasn't the same without Michael Scott at the helm, The Office remained a groundbreaking comedy that continued to explore the quirks and complexities of office life. For Wilson and the rest of the cast, the journey through the chaotic years following Carell's departure was a testament to the lasting impact of the series and the resilience of its characters. Even years after the show ended, The Office remains a fixture in popular culture, and fans continue to celebrate its quirky humor and memorable moments. Wilson's reflections on the show's evolution after Carell left are a reminder of just how integral Carell's performance was to its success.